Well there, old sport. Shall we get started with this interview?
Yeah, we can start in a second, Mr. Gatsby. I just need to jot down this question so I can remember it for later.
Well there, old sport, why don't you just ask me the questions you do have down now?
Well, it depends on the previous answer. Actually, all of these do.
Well, ask away, old sport.
Alright, first question. What do you think of Okay. Who replaced my script?
Well, as I'm not overtly racist as Tom, I still think the same thing any white
No,
man...
stop it. I wasn't supposed to ask that, and I will never ask that. Alright, first question. Before we nabbed you from the 1920s, what was the most recent thing that happened?
Well, old sport, I was trying to process what my friend Daisy did.
You can just say lover. I already know that you're lovering.
Alright then, old sport, where was I? Oh, right. My lover, Daisy, and I, last night were riding in a car, and unfortunately, she hit Myrtle Wilson. God, I do hope Myrtle's alright.
Yeah, she totally is. Next question. What do you think about George Wilson coming to kill you after murdering his wife?
What was that one, old sport?
Oh, I said, how do you feel about George Wilson coming to kill you after you murdered his wife?
I'm sorry, I don't believe that I murdered anybody. Do you, in fact, mean that Daisy did, in fact, kill Myrtle?
Oh, no.
And now Mr. Wilson is coming to kill me? Because he thinks that I did it?
Totally not. Next question.
But
I said next question! God.
fine then, old sport. Just have a weird looming sense of doom now.
It's probably fine. Anyways, what are your thoughts on Daisy Buchanan?
Well, old sport, you did in fact mention that she did kill Myrtle.
I said next question. Move on.
Fine then. Well, before the situation with Myrtle, I'd thought of Daisy as nice, petite, a beautiful young woman who certainly deserves better than her husband, Tom.
You mean you by that, don't you?
Funnily enough, I'm now the one asking that we move on now, old sport. And is it fine if I ask you a question or two? Oh, sure, ask away. What year is it, and how did I get here? The year's 2023, almost 2024. So that's about a century after you were last living. And you were brought here by some guy named Rick. What was it, Rick Sandwich? And he had a great nephew too. What was his name? It started with an M, I think, followed by an O? Whatever, I never watched the show anyway. It was TVMA. Alright, old sport, last question. Ask away. When does Wilson
I said move on!
Damn it, I thought I would get you that time, old sport. What are your thoughts on arguing with Tom about who Daisy will be with? Well, I figure I'd put that chump in his place, old sport. Well, she is with me now, so I figured it had worked. But alas, the decision's forever up to her. You may be racist, but at least you're not sexist. Of course not. I respect women. Surprising. Anyways, why were you never festive at your parties? Well, I never really liked throwing parties, old sport. I just threw them in the hopes that Daisy would come and I would get to see her. Damn, you really were desperate for this girl. Yes, I was, old sport. You know that she doesn't deserve you, right? How do you mean, old sport? Well, she's really greedy. I don't agree with that at all. Anyways, I think that's all the questions that I have. If you don't mind me asking one more question, I swear to God. When does Wilson kill me?
You son of a
Ah! Well, that does conclude our interview. Thank you, Gatsby, for coming to said interview. And hey, Rick, you can take him back now.